Good morning, I'm Prarambha, Dahaal. Let's begin with the main stories. President Ramchandra to present the government's policies and programs at the federal parliament today. Prime Minister and main opposition hold talks on removing obstructions at the parliament. Investigations into financial transactions through digital means complicated. Only 11 individuals involved in crypto transactions arrested in 3 years. Police complain lack of technology. At least 14 people dead, over 70 injured and dozens fear trapped after a massive billboard falls during a rainstorm in India's financial capital of Mumbai. And defending champion Daniil Medvedev battles past Serbian wildcard Hamad Medvedev to advance to the Italian Open last 16. World number 2 in Savalanka also reaches the quarterfinals. The government's policies and programs for the upcoming fiscal year are to be presented at the joint meeting of the Federal Parliament at 3 p.m. this afternoon. As per the schedule, President Ramchandra is to present the government's policies and programs for the upcoming fiscal year at 3 this afternoon. Separate discussions on the policies and programs are to be held at the House of Representatives and the National Assembly. According to the Parliament Secretariat, discussions are to be held on the government's policies and programs on 16th, 17th, 19th, 20th, 21st and 22nd of May before being endorsed on the last day. Discussions are to be held at the National Assembly on 16th, 17th and 19th of May. Now, Prime Minister Dahaal has informed Nepali Congress about its ongoing efforts to address its demand for formation of a parliamentary probe committee to investigate the fraud related to cooperatives and has suggested not to obstruct the President's address to the Parliament. Prime Minister Dahaal had invited Nepali Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa and Parliamentary Party's Chief Whip Ramesh Lekhak and suggested them not to obstruct the presentation of the government's policies and programs. According to Lekhak, Prime Minister Dahaal was trying to find solutions. Main opposition, Nepali Congress, had been obstructing the parliament with its demand for the formation of a parliamentary probe committee to investigate Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs Ravi Lamechane for his alleged involvement in the fraud related to cooperatives. Nepali Congress had warned of obstructing the presentation of the government's policies and programs if the committee was not formed. The meeting of two Congress leaders with the Prime Minister was followed by the Parliamentary Party meeting of Nepali Congress. The government is to introduce its policies and programs for the upcoming fiscal year with the objective of reviving the economy and advancing the social security programs. According to the government, it is to take the private sector in confidence and promote startups and entrepreneurship in its policies and programs. Make in Nepal and Made in Nepal programs are to be promoted while prioritizing creation of employment opportunities. The government has also said that the policies and programs are being introduced to facilitate the targets of the 16th plan, which is to come into implementation on 16th of July. Programs assisting to achieve the plan's target economic growth rate of 7.3% and integrating education to employment are to be operated. The government also aims to conclude the national pride projects and transformative projects on time. In our Public Voice segment, we have asked what issues must be prioritized in the government's policies and programs. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
बेरोजगारीहरुलाई चाहिँ रोजगार दिनुपर्छ
आफूले तलब खानलाई कसरी गर्ने हैन कि बजार चलायमान कसरी बनाउने भन्ने कुरामा प्राथमिकता दिनुपर्छ
नारायणी रंगशालाको लागि पनि बजेट विशेष प्याकेज एउटा लिएर आओस्
रोजगार अलिकति ल्याउनु पर्यो
समावेशी किसिमको हुनु पर्यो
सुदृढ गणतन्त्र रोजगारमूलक अर्थव्यवस्था यी सबै कुराहरुलाई ध्यान राखेर गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ
मधेसी बसोबासलाई नहेप्नु यहाँ तीर प्रदेश मधेसी हामीहरु बसु त्यसको मिलाएर नीति कार्यक्रममा हामीहरुको समावेशी गराइदिनु
आर्थिक सामाजिक राजनीतिक अभिवृद्धि गर्ने खालको
निर्माणाधीन योजनाहरु चाहिँ पूर्णता गर्ने किसिममा सरकारले बजेट बनाउनु पर्छ
उत्पादनमुखी र रोजगारी सिर्जना गर्ने खालका कार्यक्रमहरु हुनु पर्यो
भत्केका बाटाहरु हुन्छन् भत्केका पुलहरु यस्तोमा सरकारले बजेट हाल्न जरुरी जस्तो लाग्छ
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what is your take on the trouble seen in the ruling alliance within 2 months of its formation and coming up with an alternative alliance? Your options are A. Unstable politics, B. Alliance sans principle, and C. Lost for power. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001. Investigation on the risks invited by increase in illegal transactions linked to technology is becoming more challenging. However, in-depth investigations have not been carried out regarding the effects of transactions involving cryptocurrencies, fake Nepali bills and amounts without revealed sources. The Kathmandu Valley Crime Investigation Office arrested Anil Dhungana of Kavre for his alleged involvement in cryptocurrency transaction. Police have claimed that the 24-year-old alone carried out transactions worth around 2 billion rupees using 243 forms of cryptocurrencies. He had carried out transactions worth 610,000 rupees through 56 bank accounts, while he had opened 15 accounts for digital wallet transactions. Even when a single person had been carrying out such huge transactions, none of the government entities were able to monitor them. A person single-handedly using 56 bank accounts clearly exhibits how the country's financial system is being abused. It has been found that cryptocurrency is being used the most in the payment of illegal transactions in the past 3 years. This fact has been revealed by the Central Investigation Bureau CIB of Nepal Police as well. The CIB had filed a case against 17 individuals, including business person Bimal Podari, in January earlier this year, claiming for a deposit of 200 billion rupees in fines. Only 11 individuals being arrested in the past 3 years in cryptocurrencies related transactions also shows that it is not easy to find evidences and facts for these illegal transactions. The head of the Kathmandu Valley Crime Investigation Office informed that investigation on cryptocurrency transactions have become more challenging. Likewise, investigations on transactions of fake Nepali bills are becoming equally challenging. Although transactions of fake Nepali bills have been found more at districts bordering India, in-depth investigation on this has not been carried out. According to police statistics, fake bills of 43.7 million rupees were confiscated and 387 individuals were arrested in related incidents in the past 3 years. Meanwhile, amounts of unrevealed source worth millions of rupees have also been confiscated. The police also informed that amounts worth 301.7 million rupees that were outside the banking and financial system were confiscated in the past 3 years. These complex forms of numerous illegal transactions have raised the risk of having an effect on the country's economy. The lack in technology to carry out digital tests and forensics required to collect evidences and facts has also slowed down the investigations. Time now for the international news. At least 14 people have died, over 70 injured and dozens fared trapped after a massive billboard fell during a rainstorm in India's financial capital of Mumbai yesterday. Local officials confirmed about the incident and casualties. The rainstorm was accompanied by gusty winds, causing the billboard located next to a busy road in the eastern suburb of Ghatkopar to collapse on some houses and a petrol pump. The metal frame of the billboard tore through the roof of several cars that were at the fuel station. The police said teams of the National Disaster Response Force are at the site and are looking for survivors trapped under the debris. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation Public Office said that it is going to file a case against advertising company Ego Media for the incident. A complaint will be filed by registering an FIR under the Disaster Management Act. 14 Palestinians, including children, were killed in an airstrike by the Israeli army on a house in the Nusairat refugee camp in Rafah yesterday. According to local authorities, 14 people were killed when the Israeli army attacked a 3-story building in the southern part of the camp. Similarly, UN staff going to the European hospital in Rafah yesterday for aid died on the spot when the Israeli army attacked the UN vehicle. The UN has confirmed its first international staff casualty in Gaza after the UN vehicle was hit in Rafah. Head of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, condemned the Israeli attack and asked for an impartial investigation. Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, has also requested the international community to conduct an impartial investigation on the matter. Farhan Haq, a spokesperson for UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, said that the total number of UN staff killed in Gaza since October 7 has reached 119. After talks between Israel and Hamas failed, Israel increased its military activity in Rafah. More than 300,000 refugees who have taken refuge in the Rafah area have moved to Khan Yunis. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has also said that he does not support Israel's Rafah operation. 3 men charged with assisting Hong Kong's Foreign Intelligence Service in Britain appeared in a London court after a series of arrests across England. The 63-year-old Chung Bu-Yuan, 38-year-old Chi Leung Wai, also known as Peter Wai, and 37-year-old Matthew Trickett were each charged with 2 offences under Britain's National Security Act, which was passed last year and introduced new measures to target threats from foreign states. According to the charges, they are accused of assisting a foreign intelligence service between December and May by agreeing to undertake information gathering, surveillance, and acts of deception in Britain. The second charge alleges the 3 men conducted foreign interference by forcing entry into a residential address in Britain on 1st of May. The 3 men were not asked to enter any pleas to the charges, and they will next appear in court at London's Old Bailey Court on 24th of May. All 3 men were granted bail. The Chinese embassy in London accused Britain of fabricating the charges and said it had no right to interfere in Hong Kong's affairs. France won a record $16.17 billion in foreign investment pledges, allowing President Emmanuel Macron to bask in the limelight with global CEOs and forget about strained public finances and weak polls for a while. The bumper crop of pledges in sectors ranging from artificial intelligence to pharmaceuticals and energy stood Macron in good stead as he hosted business leaders for the annual Choose France summit at Versailles Palace. This year's figure is up from 13 billion euros announced in 2023. The French presidency said the investments included 56 different business projects and could lead to the creation of 10,000 jobs. In the summit's closing remarks, Macron said they had good results for France and added that he thought they were now back in the race. But Macron said Europe needs to formulate a new business model in the face of the war in Ukraine and of the United States of America and China, the 2 big guys in the room that he said no longer respect World Trade Organization rules. He said to oppose that it did not work to have a business model based on ancient rules and to be the only one to be compliant with global regulations. ChatGPT maker OpenAI announced the release of a new AI model called GPT-4o, capable of realistic voice conversation and able to interact across text and vision, its latest move to stay ahead in a race to dominate the emerging technology.
And they've gotten pretty good.
Hey, ChatGPT. I'm Mark. How are you?
Oh, Mark. I'm
The
doing
new
great.
audio capabilities enable users to speak to ChatGPT and obtain real-time responses with no delay, as well as interrupt ChatGPT while it is speaking, both hallmarks of realistic conversations that AI voice chatbots have not had until now, the OpenAI researchers showed at a live stream event.
And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow.
During a presentation last Monday, researchers used the updated AI model to coach through a math equation, analyze data on a graph, and provide real-time language translations, among other demonstrations. OpenAI CTO Mira Murati praised updates to make the technology more intuitive. Now, former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, preparing for his first professional fight since 2005, warned YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul that his life will be on the line during their July 20 bout. 57-year-old Tyson, speaking at New York City's Apollo Theater during a press conference to promote a fight against an opponent who is 30 years his junior, said he wants to show the world he is still a great fighter. The heavyweight bout at the Arlington, Texas home of the NFL's Dallas Cowboys will be contested over 8 two-minute rounds, with each fighter using 14-ounce gloves. The outcome will be included in both fighters' professional boxing records. Paul, a 27-year-old YouTube influencer turned boxer, has now won 9 of 10 boxing matches with 6 knockouts against a mix of celebrities and middling fighters. He suffered his sole career boxing loss in February 2023 when he lost by split decision to Tommy Fury, the half-brother of World Boxing Council Heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. Tyson and Paul will participate in another press conference this Thursday in Arlington, Texas. The match will be broadcast live on Netflix. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin airs at 6 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.